Jesus. Say it without hiding. It sounds like the episode from the Twilight Zone called A World of Difference. A man named Arthur Curtis believes he is a successful businessman preparing to leave on vacation with his wife. Everything in his life feels normal, stable, and completely real. Then suddenly a voice shouts, "Cut!" The office walls disappear. Lights flood the room. Cameras surround him. A director walks forward and calls him by another name entirely. Gerry Raigan. They tell him he isn't a businessman at all. He is an actor playing a role. The director even holds up the script and shows him the next lines he is about to say. Right there on the page, word for word. But Curtis refuses to believe it. Why? Because the life he thinks he is living feels too real to surrender. The office feels real. The wife feels real. The responsibilities feel real. The story feels real. So he insists the film crew must be wrong, even while the proof is standing all around him, even while the script is in his hands. He cannot accept that the life he defends might only be a role. And that moment reveals something about the human mind. The mind does not resist truth because the truth is complicated. The mind resists truth because the illusion is familiar. Familiarity feels like safety, even when the familiar thing is false. So the mind hides from what it already suspects. It circles around it. It softens it. It dresses it in comfortable language. Anything to avoid hearing the truth spoken plainly. Which brings us to the question, Jesus, say it without hiding. Why the hesitation? Why the riddles? Why the careful steps around something that could be said directly? What exactly is being protected? Because hiding only exists when something is believed to be at risk. So what does the mind think it will lose if the truth is spoken clearly? Status? Identity? The story about who someone believes themselves to be? The mind bargains with truth the way a negotiator bargains over a fragile contract. Tell me slowly. Tell me gently. Let me adjust first. But truth does not negotiate. Truth simply is. And the mind senses this. That is why it hesitates. Because if the truth is spoken plainly, then the entire script of the character must be questioned. And that is exactly what Arthur Curtis feared in that Twilight Zone episode. Because if the director is correct, then Curtis is not the man he thinks he is. He is Gerry Raigan, an actor who forgot he was acting. And the moment that possibility appears, everything begins to tremble. The office becomes uncertain. The life becomes uncertain. The identity becomes uncertain. Because if the role is not real, then the one playing the role must be something else entirely. And that is the moment the mind tries to escape. It defends the script. It defends the character. It defends the life that feels familiar. But the truth waits patiently behind the scene. And when someone finally asks Jesus to say it without hiding, they are not really asking for a new teaching. They are asking for the courage to hear what has always been known. Stop protecting the story. Stop protecting the role. Stop protecting the identity. Just say it plainly. And the truth has never been complicated. The truth fits in a single sentence. You were never the character you thought you were. You were the awareness watching the entire scene unfold. The script may change. The costumes may change. The stage may change. But the one who is aware of the performance never changes. And the moment that is remembered, the script loses its power. The role loosens its grip. The character softens. And the actor remembers that the stage was never a prison. It was only a performance. And like Arthur Curtis, who feared he might be Gerry Raigan, the mind trembles at the possibility that it has mistaken the role for the one playing it. But the moment the truth is accepted, the fear dissolves. Because nothing real was ever threatened. Only the role was. And roles were never meant to last forever. They were only meant to be played. Now imagine Rod Serling stepping forward at the end of the episode, standing calmly beneath the dim studio light, and saying something like this. Tonight's story concerned a man who believed he was the life he was living. A businessman with plans, responsibilities, and a carefully written script called reality. But somewhere between the camera lights and the soundstage, Mr. Arthur Curtis was confronted with a disturbing possibility. That the role he defended so fiercely might not have been his identity at all. Only a character temporarily mistaken for the actor behind it. A small confusion, perhaps, but one large enough to open a doorway into that strange territory where appearances tremble and certainty dissolves. A place where the script may not belong to the character, and the one watching the scene may not be who he thinks he is. A place known to some as awareness, to others as truth, but to most, simply as another stop in the Twilight Zone.